Hi, y'all. Nancy, Traveling Nancy here, coming to you from Maybank, Texas. It's a little bitty country town. I got some new glasses here. Okay, I'm gonna have to talk to y'all like this. Guys, Sunday afternoon, it's live at 5 with Dr. Ken Berry. I'm gonna hold my little tripod a little bit stable, and we're gonna see how it goes. I hope everybody's having a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. It's been so fun. I'm so happy that I've got to kind of go out of town. Hi, Bernadette. Hi, Jane. Let's see. Oh, if I do this, then I can read. How is everybody this afternoon? Y'all doing good? I'm in my car because my girlfriend, I haven't got to see her since October. So I came down to her place. We're going to hang out. She lives way, way out in the country. And her internet is kind of based on satellite. I don't know. Anyways, it wasn't as quick as I needed it to be. So we hopped into town real quick. She's running into the grocery store to pick up a few items. Ooh, ribs. You're smoking ribs. Oh, my God. Oh, I love ribs. We're having corned beef and cabbage and cauliflower mash for supper tonight. And let's see. And we might even roast some radishes. I don't know. We're in the cooking kind of mood. Excuse me. Hello, Dr. Berry. I get to add him now. Here we go, guys. No, cancel. Ken Berry. I'm gonna go to Dr. Berry. Dr. Berry. There he is. Bring him on. And then slide. There we go. There we go. Good afternoon, Dr. Berry. How are you today?
Hey, Nancy, I'm great. How's it going?
Oh my gosh, it is going great. It is going awesome.
Excellent.
As you can see, I'm mobile.
Yes, nothing wrong with that.
I came up with a new hashtag today. Have butter will travel.
Ooh,
I
nice.
literally traveled with butter today.
Hashtag eat the butter. I love it.
Hashtag eat the butter.
Eat the butter,
That
baby.
first.
What are we talking about today?
Okay, I've got a few things we want to talk about today. At least 2 subjects, and then maybe some questions. First of all, I want to talk about my group.
Okay, let's talk about your group.
Every week you ask, how's the group going? It's growing. It's just getting bigger by the minute. But guess what? We have hit a milestone. We are finishing up our first 3 months together on keto.
Nice.
Getting ready to go into our 4th month. So we are celebrating all week long with all things keto, and we're going to do some fan appreciation and group member appreciation. So I just wanted to, I appreciate my group, so I wanted to say that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Your group is wonderful. I love how your group is so non-judgmental. They're so helpful. I love how it's growing. The beautiful thing about a group like this is that you should invite your friends because this is a friendly group. And so that's awesome. I'm glad to hear it. What's your number up to now?
We're almost up to 3.5 thousand.
Nice.
That's
very
pretty
nice.
darn good.
Very nice. And that's all real people. That's all people who are interested and motivated. That's so awesome. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yes. Also, as far as topics go, we have a topic that is like the hot topic this week, and that is carb cycling.
Yeah.
I have my thoughts on it. I don't do the carb cycling. I mentioned it to the Countess when she asked me, but we are having group members. I don't know if it's just where we're at, where you think maybe you could get away with maybe upping your carbs and carb cycling, but I thought maybe you could just bring us to full light and tell us what you think about carb cycling.
Oh yeah, that's a great concept to talk about. And so I don't know if you've seen any of the lives Misha and I have been doing lately, but we're of 2 different minds about carb cycling. And I think it's because different people are different, right? I personally, if I carb cycle, I'm going to gain weight. That's just how it is. I'm very insulin resistant. I have to just watch every carb I eat. And it's worth it because my body looks like I want it to look, and it works like I want it to work. My mind is clear. I'm motivated. I'm up. I'm ready to go. But if I eat carbs, and I'm talking about even if I eat too many Brussels sprouts or too many, too much really good quality vegetables, even
Right.
that's a little too carby for me right now. And so I'm very strict keto, super low carb. But now Nisha, on the other hand, she has different, genealogy than me. She has a different gut biome than me, and that I think that has a lot to do with this. What kind of gut bacteria you're colonized with, and so she does benefit from. She'll kind of get bogged down in keto, and she'll do a few days of carb upping her carbs, probably from 20 grams a day up to maybe 50 grams a day. And when I say upping her carbs, don't you guys be getting any ideas. I'm talking about good carbs. I'm talking about she eats more brassicas. She eats more. Like here lately, she's been on a cherry tomato kick, and so she'll have cherry tomatoes with low carb balsamic vinaigrette, olive oil, salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and she just eats the heck out of that, right? And it actually it's really boosted her. She feels better. She's lost another pound or two, and now she's back on keto. And so I think that it totally matters what your genetics are. I think it totally matters what your gut bacteria are, what you're colonized with. And the only way to know is to be keto long enough that you can hear your body. Because you guys who are doing keto, really,
Yeah.
that back when you were eating the stupid American diet, all you could feel was the inflammation and the swelling and the sluggishness and the fatigue. You couldn't really hear your body react to different things. But when you're good, strict keto for a few weeks or a month or two, then you can experiment. You can say, okay, I'm going to eat some tomatoes. I'm going to see what that does. I'm going to eat some eggplant, see what that does. I'm going to eat some, and those are still, in my opinion, very high quality carbs. And I don't think you're back,
Right.
that's not the stupid American diet. I'm not saying go get the Nabisco shredded wheat. I'm saying eat more veggies, right? And up your carbs like that.
Yes.
And then if I do that, I feel kind of sluggish and I'm mentally foggy, and it just doesn't work for me, at least right now. Now, 6 months from now, I may need to do that. I don't know, but Nisha benefits from it. It really helps her mood. It helps her have it more energetic. And so I think that after you've been keto for a month or two, if you think, I wonder if I need more carbs, I think it's fine to go up from, 20 or less a day to 50 or less a day and try that for a few days, see how you feel, because you can always cycle right back down. If you're like, ooh, I don't feel good doing that, I'm bloating, whatever, because I'll do that too. I'll bloat a little more if I eat too many veggies. And so I just go right back to super low carb and I feel great again.
Yes. And see, guys, that makes so much sense. And this is the beauty of keto. It's not one size fits all.
Exactly right.
Because
That's right.
we are all different.
Yep.
Keto works for all of us, but what's allowed for one person may not work for the other. So we're not in a standard formula that
right.
one size fits all.
Exactly right.
So,
But I think it's a very important concept for everybody to understand. If you're a newbie and you're just now coming from the standard American diet, you really, looking back now, and probably Nancy will agree, you don't even know what I mean when I say you can listen to your body and your body will give you feedback, because you didn't get that feedback. You just felt like crap all the time on that diet. And so you really have to do strict keto for a few months, and then you can play and try stuff like the baked radishes. That's something Nisha's probably going to try pretty soon. But I just know if I eat baked radishes, it's gonna bump my insulin and I'll feel bad. I just know, but I'll try it. But yeah, you've just got to understand that once you've been keto and kind of got your body out of that inflammatory, fogged up state, then you can get feedback from your body. Your body will actually talk to you and say, yes, I feel better when you eat that, or nope, I don't feel as good when you eat that.
And, I gave a perfect example, but prior to keto, I was eating everything, so I couldn't read my body. I couldn't tell what was what,
Right.
I look at certain keto foods, whether they're keto approved or not, it's like the list says, there's certain foods you can eat all the time without worrying or counting. Then there's foods that you eat in moderation, and then there's some that you just eat only once in a while. Yeah. They're okay. And I kind of, I'm not a huge sour cream eater for whatever reason. And I do eat cheese, but I don't eat it all the time. So I went a little heavy on the sour cream, and all of a sudden I became congested. I got stopped up in my nose. Yep. My sinuses went all crazy. And I wouldn't have known that, before keto.
Right.
I really wouldn't.
And I'm the same exact way. I love sour cream. And I love, cream cheese. And I only eat the full fat varieties, but even those, they've got I don't know what it is. It's something about the dairy. They're not fat enough for me. And they kind of make me cloudy and foggy and draggy. And so I love them and I'll eat them.
Well, and sour cream seems to be like maybe has a little more lactose in it versus cheeses, which are lower in lactose.
Exactly right.
You know, and heavy cream is really fat.
Yep.
So when I hit that sour cream, I was like, oh my God, I can't
Exactly.
eat the sour cream.
Exactly. Yeah. And so you can have that every now and then as a treat, but if it's not worth it, then just don't eat it. You don't need it. Yeah, exactly right.
Exactly right. Now I have a question that's a little more serious. One of my members messaged me just before the live, and I'm concerned for her. She has an autoimmune disorder, POTS, P-O-T-S.
Yes.
I'm familiar with it, don't know, but she said, will you please ask Dr. Berry about electrolyte imbalance, because she's taking between 325 and 425 milligrams of magnesium daily. She says she drinks her water, and she says she eats salt on everything, but she actually ended up in the emergency room.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know about POTS, but I know that electrolytes are becoming an issue, so it's kind of a two-part question.
Yeah. So
POTS,
with at least a small part of POTS is inflammatory in nature. And so as you eat keto for months and months, it should calm down and get a little better, but you may actually need a standing order at your doctor's office or at the urgent care, your emergency room, to have your electrolytes checked once a week or every 2 weeks or something, just because that puts you at a little higher risk of having electrolyte abnormalities. And I think as you go down the keto road, that's going to get better and better. But you still need to be aware, and you need to be vigilant and be checking at least in the beginning, so that as time goes on, you can be like, oh yeah, I've been checking for weeks, and my magnesium and my potassium and sodium, everything are fine. So I know that I'm okay. But she can definitely increase that amount of magnesium if she needs to. And then she can use sea salt, and she can use new salt, which is potassium chloride. She can use all those to kind of adjust her electrolytes, just like, the levers on a stereo or on the equalizer. And she can get everything right where it needs to be. And then I think she'll be on cruise control and be feeling good, and will be able to keep her POTS at bay.
Oh, that would be good.
Yep.
That would be really
Absolutely.
good for her. And she couldn't watch the live, but she said she would be able to catch the replay.
Excellent.
So I'm so thankful you answered
yes.
that for
And
her.
listen, guys, if she has any questions after, leave a question in the comments, because I'll check back every few days and I'll answer a few of the questions. And so any of you guys, if you have a question, even if you're watching this on the replay, leave your question in the comments, okay? Because Nancy and I check this every few days. We'll come back and check this live, and we'll answer your questions, okay? And then also, if you guys have any, I was going to tell you, you can send me questions on my Facebook page, right? But you guys, and I don't mind it, I actually like it, but I need you to make them short, okay? You can't send me an epistle, because I get seriously, I mean, I love your questions, but you cannot.
A lot of people.
You can't send me 8 paragraphs, because I can't even estimate how many messages I get a day, and I'm happy to answer them, but it needs to be a short paragraph, get to the point, and I'm not being rude. I'm just saying, I know sometimes you want to ask me so much stuff, and there's always eVisit if you want to ask me a more convoluted, or you want to run through your entire thing. But if you'll just click I think it's send message on my Facebook page, you can ask me a question, and I'll get back to you and I'll answer it. But make your question short, and my answer will also be short, because I have a lot of questions every day. But you can send me messages on there.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Berry. I mean, I understand it 100%, even from my perspective, because sometimes they can be quite lengthy.
I bet you're getting a few messages now too, aren't you? You're getting a few messages, yeah.
Constant, and they're fine, and I wouldn't have it any other way. But I never thought to say that. That's great. While we're on the subject of electrolytes, I mean, I tell everybody to be generous with that salt shaker. I mean, the honey and pink salt is perfectly, obtainable today everywhere
Absolutely.
you go. I also buy light salt, because it's a potassium based salt.
One's called new salt, NU salt, and the other is LITE salt, and they're both potassium. That's exactly right.
Okay, and then we've got our magnesium. Now, I want to know how much magnesium a person can take as a general rule of thumb without getting themselves in any medical trouble. I mean, what do you care?
Yeah, that's a good question. If you have normal kidney function, and the only way to know that is to go see your doctor. It has nothing to do with the amount you urinate a day. That's not what I'm talking about. your kidneys filter your blood. And so if you have normal functioning filtering kidneys, and the only way you'll know that is if you go to your doctor and have your kidney function checked with blood work, then you can take anywhere from 300 milligrams up to 1,000 milligrams of magnesium a day. Okay. The way you'll know you're taking too much magnesium is you'll get diarrhea. You'll get loose. Okay. So if you get loose and you're taking 800 or 1,000, then back down to 600 or 800 or 700. And you can fine tune your magnesium so that you're sleeping well and that you're having the kind of bowel movements you want to have and as often as you want to have, because people are different about that. But then if you get too loose, then you might be taking too much. If you're not sleeping well, then you may not be taking enough. But for most people, 300 milligrams to 1,000 milligrams of magnesium is a completely safe range. If you have trouble with constipation, then you'll probably want to take magnesium citrate, right? CITRATE. If you don't have trouble with constipation, then magnesium gluconate or magnesium glycinate, right? Magnesium oxide is very cheap and it's not dangerous. I've seen a lot of gurus say, oh, don't take that. That's bad for you. That's dumb. It's not bad for you. It's just that it's not as well absorbed. You don't absorb magnesium oxalate. Yeah. So magnesium oxide, if you got that, go ahead and take it up, use it up. But then next time you go, if you have trouble with constipation, buy magnesium citrate. If you don't have trouble with constipation, buy magnesium glycinate or magnesium gluconate.
You know what? This is awesome information, you guys. I mean, super awesome, because here's the thing. Now, I had heard that if I got diarrhea and I got loose stools, poop. I know you love the word poop. Did you I don't know if you saw the comment that poop spelled backwards is poop.
It is. It is. It's one of those words. What do you call those that are the same either way? I can't remember what they're called. It's a special kind of word. Yeah.
But I thought that was
poop spelled backwards is poop. That's good. I like that.
Yes, I thought you could use that in one of your next.
I'll have to tell Countess that next time.
Yes. She doesn't like talking about it. Okay, so but on the subject, here's the thing. Now I've learned, because I am prone, even prior to keto, I've always been prone myself to getting leg cramps at night, or cramps in my hands and stuff. I've always been prone that way, and I finally found good magnesium. I'm finding for me, and this is a good way to say experiment a little bit, everybody, because I take 325 milligrams in the morning, along with my vitamin D supplement and my CoQ10 and my fish oil. But before I go to bed, I take another 325, because it knocks me out just like that. I sleep well. I don't get the nighttime leg cramps. I'm alleviating that at night. And then I'm not having loose stools either. I'm just having normal elimination.
Perfect. Perfect.
So
yep.
There's people out there, though, and I'm noticing in the group, and I'm running into this like a lot this week about electrolytes. Dry skin, you think you need more fat, but in reality, you can drink all the water you want to, and that's not going to do you any good if you're low on electrolytes.
That's right.
That's what's going to cause it.
Yep. Almost always, if your skin is dry, you need oil. You don't need water. And then you either need more oil or you need more salt, which is electrolytes, right? And if you're having leg cramps, the magnesium helps many people. Some people need a little bit more potassium if they're having leg cramps. And you can get the potassium from new salt or light salt. And you have to just look on the container and it says potassium chloride instead of sodium chloride. And so those are actually products that came about from the low salt, low sodium scares of the old days. But now we can actually use them as a tool to tweak your potassium up and down and get it right where you need it to be.
Oh, this is such great information. I have a lady asking, she says, I'm pregnant. Do I need to up my carb intake? I'm currently at 25 net carbs. Should I up it during pregnancy?
So I would, if you go see your obstetrician and he tells you need to eat more carbs, I want you to very politely, very respectfully say, could you print me out the study that's based on? Because I'd really like to see the research. And watch him stammer and stummer and go, because there is no research that shows that at all. Your body's perfectly capable through a process known as gluconeogenesis. And trust me, your baby's going to get what your baby needs. If you're eating 25 grams of carbs a day, I promise you, your baby is going to be so healthy and so robust and so vigorous Yeah, that's perfect. Okay. But now your obstetrician, you still have to go see your doctor and do what your doctor says. But if your doctor says, no, you got to eat more carbs than that a day, say, well, okay, doctor, I will, but please print me out a copy of the research because I'd love to read that. And I want to tell this dumb doctor on the internet, Dr. Berry, I want to send him a copy of that study so that I can prove to him I need more carbs than 25 a day.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's one of these questions, one of the topics. Actually, Dorian and I were talking about it. I always think of Eskimos when I think of the keto diet. Inuits, as
Yep.
they're known,
Yes.
but when I was growing up, it was Eskimos because they didn't have agriculture, they didn't have plants up there, they didn't have stores to run to.
That's right.
I mean, and they thrived with
Yes.
long life, longevity.
Exactly. And it's not just the Inuits. It's not just the Inuits. There are also tribes, huge tribes in Africa that lived on meat, milk, and blood. Like literally that was 90% of their intake. And they had super, super low carbs. And they're still in existence today. So obviously they were able to carry a baby and breastfeed that baby and raise that child on that diet, right? And so, it's really silly for an authority to say, oh, you've got to have at least, 25 grams of carbs a meal or 50 grams a meal or so, 120 grams of carbs a day if you're pregnant. It's just based on nothing. It's just opinion is all that is. And so if that
because
is
truly we could get by without even any, we could zero carb it all day long if we want to.
There are actually
thousands of people who are doing zero carb. They're eating a carnivore diet.
Who are doing zero carb with their pregnancy. Now, I'm not recommending that anybody does that. I'm just telling you there are women doing that right now, and their pregnancies are progressing beautifully. Everything's perfect. And so and you'll be watching, you'll see on Instagram, you'll see on Facebook when these women, they're going to start coming out and saying, hey, I haven't eaten a carb in 4 months, and here's my beautiful, healthy, bouncy baby. Nisha, when she gets pregnant, she plans on being strict keto all the way and sharing the entire journey with you guys because there's no reason, there's no research.
That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, she's a labor and delivery nurse, and I've delivered hundreds of babies in my family medicine training in Memphis, and so there's just no research that shows that keto is not perfectly healthy for a pregnant woman, for a lactating woman, for a child, for an adolescent, for a teenager, for an adult. There's just no research that shows that it's not healthy.
I was watching one of the guys that on Instagram that you were doing an interview. Mike. Oh, what's his name? Michael.
Metzler.
He's a carb
Muscle.
guy. Him and his family.
Yeah. Love
yes,
him.
Mike. That's.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Love him. Anyways, I was watching one.
Metabolic Mike. That's what he goes by. You can search for him by Metabolic Mike. Yeah.
Yes, Metabolic Mike. That was it. And anyways, that feed had gotten interrupted. But anyways, what I loved on one of his little storylines is they're standing out there, they're at a campfire, there's his little girl, and he's like, what are you snacking on, honey? And she's like, avocado and butter. And this little girl, she's probably 5 years old, is holding half an avocado in the shell. It's mixed with butter, and she's just like, I need my avocado and butter.
That sounds so delicious.
Awesome.
I know, it just made my mouth water. I'm going to have that after we get off. But yeah, and she's such a gorgeous little thing and so full of energy. Obviously she's malnourished and she's very, very sick and puny. Come on.
All those rosy cheeks and
exactly,
blonde hair.
Exactly. So, but before long, what's going to happen? Go ahead. Yeah, let's do some questions. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know, because we're getting down to it. Let's see. Okay, does the keto way affect my Geralto for factor V5, I imagine? That is spelled XER.
Yeah, you have a disorder of your clotting mechanism. Is that what they have? Let me see. Let me find that so I can see exactly what we're talking about.
Diane Grove Herchuck?
Oh, she takes Xarelto for her factor V Leiden. Okay. So no, you can eat keto. And really the veggies, none of that stuff's going to affect you at all. You can totally eat that. A ketogenic diet is fine for you with factor V. Yeah.
Okay, and I know this is just going to be a random question because we're getting down to it, but what's a typical day of your day of food? I know you don't eat till later in the day.
Yeah.
I know you intermittent fast, but what is your typical food?
I typically have a a 4 to 6 hour feeding window. And so I'll have an 18 to 20 hour fast every day. And I use my bulletproof coffee. I'm not hungry. My weight is steadily going down. I was the lowest today that I've been in about 6 months on the scale. This was Sunday's my weigh day, right? And so today we had a baked chicken. And so I slathered it in bacon grease and salt and pepper, and I proceeded to eat just about the entire baked chicken. And Nisha's probably going to be mad because she wanted a chicken leg, but there ain't one left. I'm sorry, Nisha, babe. Sorry. And so I had that about 2 p.m. today. So I had baked chicken, but I ate the skin. I ate the cartilage off the ends of the bones. I ate all the gristle I could find, right? Because that's collagen. And so you guys that are wasting your money currently on collagen supplements and protein powders, stop that. Just eat the skin and eat the cartilage. That's all the collagen you would ever need, okay? And for dinner tonight, I'm probably going to, I've got a pound and a half of 70-30 ground beef, and I'm probably going to fry that up in bacon grease, and I'm probably going to put some garlic powder, salt, pepper, maybe some onion powder, and I've got some cilantro left that we got at the grocery. I'm probably going to chop that up and mix it up in there. And then I'm going to probably put some avocado oil mayonnaise with that. And that's probably what I'm going to eat for dinner.
Dude, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
that's really tasty sounding. I'm getting hungry. You know, all
right,
I'm
I know.
today, and I will tell you, believe it or not, my last few days, well, I would probably say my last week, and I haven't even talked to group about this at all, but I'm so addicted to coconut, just coconut puree.
Yes.
That to me, I don't really get a spoon and eat anything out of the jar. But here it is, going on 5:30. Today I've had probably 4 tablespoons of that just because I was on the run. And then I'll probably, I'm going to eat some corned beef tonight, and I'm going to veg up a little bit. But I mean, my appetite is down to just that.
Yeah, exactly.
Just that.
And that's a beautiful thing. And a lot of people get confused and they say, well, how's that any different than calorie restriction? Because you're not eating as much food. And that is true. But the difference is when you do calorie restriction, like Weight Watchers or Jenny Craig or Deal a Meal or any of that crap, you're basically eating 4 or 5 little small meals a day, all day long. You're snacking. You're keeping your insulin level elevated. So you're not burning the fat on your butt or on your belly. And you're hungry all day. That's the difference. And so with keto, you're not hungry. You're not suffering. You're not hungry. And your insulin level stays down here. It stays low so that you're burning the fat on your booty, right? Or the fat in your liver if you've got that, because you sure don't want that.
Yeah. Well, and that makes perfect sense. I'm actually not even stressing anymore. If I'm not hungry, why should I even bother to eat?
Exactly.
I'm not a slave to those
That's
diets
right.
anymore.
Yes.
It's like freedom from food, freedom from addiction.
Yeah.
Now, my brain is always on the flip side thinking about new recipes, new this, new that, just to make it fun and elevate the keto lifestyle.
Yes.
When I do want to eat something,
yes.
I want it to be great. But I'm not ruled by hunger anymore.
Right.
So I don't worry about if I'm
exactly.
eating
Now, if somebody out there is listening to this and you've got a body fat percentage of less than 6%, then you may need to eat. But Nancy and our body fat percentage is substantially more than 6%. And so we're in no danger of starving to death or going into starvation mode, right? Each day you fast, if you fast for 24 solid hours, you burn about half a pound of fat. That's what it takes to get you through a 24-hour period. So, there are a lot of people who are fasting for multiple days, and Nancy and I kind of agree on that. I don't think it's bad, but I don't really feel the need to do that. But if you've got more than 6% body fat, don't worry about starvation mode, or don't worry about, I'm going to start digesting my muscles. Your body's not dumb. That's not going to happen. If you're like the average American or the average Canadian, and you've got a body fat percentage for anywhere from 15 to 40%, your body's going to burn the fat. It's not going to burn your muscles. It's not going to burn your eyeballs or your liver. Your body's not stupid. Your body's very wise. It's going to burn the fat, because guess what? That's what the fat's there for. Why do you think that fat's there? That's stored energy for you to burn in times of need. And when you're fasting, that tells your body, ooh, I've got fat, so I'm not hungry, but yet I don't have any carbs or protein, so you're going to have to burn that fat for energy. And it's happy to do that. It knows exactly how to do that. You just have to tweak the levers to make it do it.
And I'm telling you right now, guys, like I did a huge reveal earlier today. I don't know if you, it's only 18 minutes long. If you get a chance, I'll watch yours, you watch mine.
Okay.
But, my God, I had a member did a keto transformation reveal today. Turned out it was my daughter. And oh my God, the weight that this girl, the way she has melted,
yes.
in 10 weeks on keto has been amazing.
Yeah,
She's
isn't that
doing
awesome?
the whole fat first, mostly carnivorous, mostly carnivore, you know. She does eat some veg in there. But I can tell you, even I bought a brand new pair of jeans, $88. I wish I had never wasted the damn money on them. I'm telling you, 2 weeks ago, and I'm wearing them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start going to secondhand shops to buy my clothes until I find out
you
where
get
my
there.
journey is.
Absolutely.
Done.
Yeah. And Nisha
I'm not
did a live with Countess about that very thing. When you go keto, you do not need to be buying top dollar duds because you're not going to be able to wear them. Poor Nisha, when we were in London, I bought her an aquamarine ring from Tiffany's there. Beautiful ring. The damn thing is now too big for her finger. We're going to have it sized down. Yeah.
I was going to say, at least you can have it sized.
You can have it sized down, yeah. But yeah, you guys don't need to make any expensive purchases of clothes or rings or anything like that, because you're gonna lose weight and reproportion your body on keto. And tell me this, Nancy, is her weight loss, even though she's melting, as you said, it's like she's perfectly healthy and there's not a lot of redundant floppy skin.
Yes.
Everything's tightening up. It's going back to the way it's supposed to be, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it is. I mean, she's 33. I want to say I have 5 of them, guys. Okay. So she's going to be like 34 this year. Okay. So anyways, no, it's ridiculously amazing because she's one of my dark-eyed beauties. I mean, this girl is gorgeous. And I'm going to be posting the pictures, so they'll be up in group this week. But to see where she was sitting over 200 pounds in December versus where she is sitting right now. I mean, to me personally, she only looks like she weighs about 140, 150 pounds in 10 weeks.
Right. I love that.
It's
That's so awesome.
and gorgeous.
Yeah.
But now here's the opposite spectrum, guys. We had this conversation, Dr. Berry, about loose skin. Oh, I don't know, a month or so ago.
Right.
And I was like, unfortunately, I'm doomed. I'm 52, guys. But I'm going to tell you, that first month, I lost 23 pounds the first month. And I had this thing, it was waddling. It was getting in my way. And I thought, this is not the fun part of keto. But as my weight loss slowed down and steadied out and I continue eating, it is lifting up on its own, guys.
Absolutely. Yes. You guys out there, hear me. When you blend the ketogenic diet with intermittent fasting and you do at least a 14, 16, 18-hour fast every day, you're going to be shocked that you don't have all that floppy, redundant skin that your friend has who lost 80 pounds on Weight Watchers, because that's not a healthy way to lose weight. The ketogenic diet plus intermittent fasting is absolutely the perfect way to lose weight if you don't want to then later go see the plastic surgeon and have all this floppy skin removed, because ask Nancy, it keeps getting tighter and tighter and tighter as the months go by. It's really
you guys, honestly,
yeah, it's kind of miraculous.
You can tell.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really it's an amazing thing, but it's absolutely true. I've seen it over 100 times now in my clinic and on patients that I counsel on e-visit. I see it all the time. It's really amazing.
Well, Dr. Berry, I know we kind of ran past time, but I thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Aren't you happy my phone didn't?
Yes, your reception was so good today. Listen, guys.
I had to take my phone to Apple just for a 6-hour overhaul.
I see.
That was the problem.
You guys in Nancy's group, I want you to go right now and invite a friend to join. You know you've got a friend who's got weight to lose. Invite them right now to join. There's a little invite button, and you can invite and you can share this on your page because Nancy's group is open. You can share this and help her grow this page so she can help hundreds and hundreds more people. Please do that right now. Thank you.
You guys, and make sure you check out. I'll pop links in. I mean, you guys already know on group anyways. Watch Dr. Berry's videos. You know, guys, there's so much information there that, you know, I learn from him and then I pass it on to you and then we discuss it together.
Absolutely.
So take the time and watch him on YouTube. Subscribe, get notifications, do all that good stuff.
Okay, Nancy. I'll see you guys next time.
On, Dr. Berry.
I'll see you next week.
All right. Same time. Bye, baby.